As two-time world champion, Fernando Alonso knows better than any other driver on the grid the pressures involved in Formula One. There's an endless number of factors for the drivers and teams to take into account in the preparation and execution of an F1 race weekend.
During a race weekend, to keep him focused and concentrate into the Grand Prix, normally I just talk with the engineers, try to prepare the car and be ready for the race. I think is the only way to be on focus to the Grand Prix is to keep everything in the car under control. When you are concentrating the race, I think you're focusing in many things. You have to be focused in the driving, you have to be focused in the line, the strategy, in many things, not only the car, around the car to win that race. And that's because Formula One Grand Prix are so difficult to win.
A Formula One race car is an enclosed world where a driver experiences a sensory overload whilst having to maintain control over his emotions and remain 100% focused at incredibly high speeds.
200 miles an hour, I'm very aware of everything. You know, for us, for Formula One drivers, we can see, you know, much more relaxed everything at 200 miles per hour than maybe a normal person that maybe are a little bit strange when you reach that speed. For us, is much more normal. In the car, we normally hear only the engine. I think it's very difficult to hear anything outside the car and impossible to hear the crowd or the people outside. So normally the engine and the team, the engineers, talking with you in the earplugs. It's very difficult to explain, I think, everybody to what we feel when we push the more than the limit of the car. I think, you know, you drive for one corner that maybe you enter that corner always at 100 miles an hour every lap during the whole weekend, and suddenly in one of the laps of the races you go 110 miles an hour, and by mistake or whatever, the car drives you more than you drive the car. So you took a different line, and once you pass that lap and you have no accident, nothing happened, you breathe and you said to yourself, never again.
And with a large dedicated team working behind the scenes, a Formula One driver has an added responsibility to keep the car under control and aiming for the top spot on the podium.
Always you try to do as good as you can, because there are so many people behind you. You have maybe 1,000 people in the team working for your car, and you know, even if you are fourth, you think to be third. If you are third, you want to be second, and if you are second, for sure, it's the last place to reach the glory. So I think you always want more and more, and you know, until you are in leading the race and first position, you never stop. I never thought to be 2 times world champion in Formula One, and you know, I knew that the best drivers in the world are here in Formula One, and are very complex to win a title. You need to be extremely lucky with the car, with the reliability, with everything. So, you know, it was difficult to think and to realize that I was winning.
It's Fernando Alonso's ability to push his Vodafone McLaren Mercedes to the edge that keeps him pushing for the podium race after race.